Hi guys, I'm Aneri, and today this video I'm going to talk about my journey, how I started my career and how fashion came into my mind and how I ended up doing mentoring by Aneri. My first thing I have to tell you is that the question you guys will think is that how did you plan that it is fashion, it's fashion for you. So I want to tell you that in my 9th standard, I gave an aptitude test. You guys should also give. It's a very good test. It was a 6-hour test. And the results came and me and my mom went to the counselor and she told us that the first priority has to be fashion design, second interior design, and third teacher. These were the 3 priorities which she told me because my creative this thing was higher than my logical reasoning. So she said that anything which is very creative, she'll do good. Since then, I don't know what happened. I took that test very seriously. I started following different people, good designers and good designs and everything. I felt like, okay, this is something which I really would like to do. And when I was in my 12th standard, I started checking out how the entrance is. And then in my 12th standard, when I was giving these exams and everything, my cousin who was in SEPT, he told me that also give NATA. Why aren't you giving NATA? Because at that time commerce students used to give NATA and they were eligible for architecture in SEPT University, and it is a very good university. And I gave that, and surprisingly NATA में मेरा 4 दिन की मेहनत की थी, not more than that, but the score was very good. I was getting in all the universities for architecture except SEPT. So, but the problem was that my father felt that Aneri should come home every day in the evenings and she should stay at our place only, no hostels for Aneri. So, there was this problem that, okay, I have to stay home. I only can choose colleges from Ahmedabad, or if it is 20 kilometers aage piche. So NIFT Gandhinagar was allowed. I filled a form at HL University, which is in Ahmedabad, and it's basically BCom BBA wala course, and I started that and I was nearly into depression because I was not liking it at all. This was completely not what I wanted to do. Then they were like, okay, chalo, you're sad and everything. You're not liking it, you're not speaking to us and everything. So, then the NIFT journey began. When I went into NIFT, something I really felt was that I'm very, very niche from others. There were people who had beautiful artistic skills. There were people who had great painting and sketching skills, and I was not so good at that. But then I got good friends who used to teach me, who used to make me understand how to observe and how to replicate through design, through skills and everything. There were times I wanted to quit NIFT. There were times I did not want to submit. Of course, वो तो सबको ही होता है कि इतना क्या 2-2 मार्क के लिए स्कर्ट बना के सबमिट करने का. It was too much. And yes, but we all did that. It was not easy. It was not easy. The second year of NIFT was just not easy. Foundation खत्म करके एकदम से ही fashion करने लगो, stitching करने लगो. It was not easy. Every day we used to work so hard क्योंकि submissions होते थे. But yeah, कैसे भी करके वो 4 साल निकाल लिए. In my 3rd year, I entered this beautiful place, which was my first internship, summer internship, 2 months, Fab India. And I learned what fabrics are. I had no idea about fabrics. There was so much to learn over there. There was the whole process of how the company works, how people really work in an organization. There's a structure, how the stock comes. There's so much of stock, handling the stock. Then there's QC. Then there's very tiny detailing in the pattern making, so much. And the main progress was that I understood, like मैं touch करके बता देती थी उस time पे कि ये cotton है, silk है, polyester है, कुछ synthetic blend है, मतलब इतना knowledge. Also I understood how weaves were. And at that time, NIFT didn't teach us that. I only understood everything in Fab India. I had a very bad design collection. I don't want to, but मैंने बहुत pocket money जोड़ के वो collection बनाया था. Approximately, I made that 5 garment collection in just 11,000 rupees. And that's why it was a little cheap. I'm not happy with that collection. As I said, I was very like shy in asking my father that मुझे पैसे दो, मुझे collection बनाना है. Fashion was something which I did for myself, and I was not agreeing with people in my family. So that's why I had to do it the way it was. There were placements. Now, in our center, Gandhinagar, we did not have good jobs in terms of placements and companies which came in and gave good placements. But a lot of my friends went to Delhi and everywhere, other centers for placements. But I had to do something because I had to start earning because I wanted to live that life, you know, कि पैसा होता है तो कैसा feel होता है. I started applying to jobs, and I remember I applied to Shyamal and Bhumika because of course they were like, I have stalked them since my my 9th standard se. So I applied there, and they told me that yeah, come for an interview, we can have a look. So I met Shyamal sir, even Bhumika ma'am was there, my inspiration. I met him and he took my interview, and he saw and he said that when can you join? I was like, whenever you say, you know. But it made sense because he said that after you finish your convocation, the next day you can join. So yeah, I was very happy. I was thrilled, and I remember the day was so special for me. I can't even express that. And he also told Bhumika ma'am in the interview that she is good with Indo-Westerns. She can help you with that, you know. And I was like, oh my god, yes. Yeah, so the next thing I did was my convocation. My father was happy. My family was there to, you know, see me get graduated, and post that I've never done any masters, but I'm still a bachelor's in design. But yeah, I'm happy because I did a lot of jobs and everything. But yeah, so the next day when I went to Shyamal and Bhumika, I was nervous, of course, but I was there for 2 years. Okay, and in these 2 years, you have no idea how much I've learned. Sitting with Bhumika ma'am, sitting with the team. When I went there was a very tiny design team. There was one textile designer, there was one menswear designer, and then I was the third one who was assisting ma'am for women's wear fashion. And all the others were in the sales department or the production department. And then, of course, the team, she hired quite a few people in the design team as well. But I learned so much. I understood something which is crazy, which is how embroideries work, how textiles work. When we talk about bridal wear, it's the same old structural chaniya choli, lehenga choli, whatever we call, but how you can make it unique every season is something which I learned there. We also did quite a few photo shoots. So there was like high pressure job, you know, we did fashion shows. And oh my god, everything was like so beautiful at that time. I remember I was so stupid that I got this offer from another company, which was a sustainable fashion brand. Not brand, but it was an export unit, which is Rajka Design, which is very old. The owners were Kartikeya Sarabhai and Rajshri Sarabhai, and they are from the Sarabhai family, Vikram Sarabhai's son, Kartikeya Sarabhai. So it was beautiful at that time when I felt that, okay, let me just change my job and try sustainable fashion, because I also didn't know what I am good at. Maybe I'm good at that. So I just left in a very good note. And I remember I gave a sketch, a portrait to sir and ma'am. When I shifted my job, I started working as a merchandiser, as an export unit, and also they had this brand called Kerry, which was a domestic brand. They do offline and online in Ahmedabad and Pan India online. So it's basically beautiful hand embroideries, something which is very easy breezy, cottons, khadi, all of that. I also learned a lot about sampling, how production works, how sampling works, what is the whole procedure of, you know, step by step when we get an order, how do we place it, how to send samples, so all the merchandising bit. So I was happy there, but then there was this, you know, I am a person who loves creating different collections, and there was this hindrance because we were not very fast with the collections, and I was more into the store, managing the VM and all of that a little bit. So I think my thoughts didn't match with the companies, and then again on a very good note, I left that job as well. Post that, I was just resting. I needed that rest because I was going through a lot in my personal life. I was a little tired. I wanted that mental peace. I wanted to exercise. I wanted that personal time. So I felt, let me just do that. I got an offer from Amor Design Institute. which was for a fashion faculty. Okay, so you remember the aptitude test? The third thing was a teacher, and at that time, I of course didn't think about that, but I felt like, let me give this a try. I'm free and I can do something which is light. So I met the director over there, and oh my god, that was the most fun interview I ever gave. It was a beautiful meeting, and I ended up working as a faculty, and I used to teach fashion forecasting, design process, embroideries, surface ornamentation, a little bit of illustrations, draping, styling, VM, fashion marketing, all these subjects. And I literally did that job for 4 years. I mean, I never thought that I would be a faculty. It was just like, because the place was so much fun, the faculties with me, the team was so much fun. I never saw myself as a teacher. And somewhere on when I finished 3 years, I felt that now this is time. I have to change what, because ऐसे तो मैं teacher ही रह जाऊंगी. So I wanted to again get back. There was this company called Jade Blue. During COVID, they were hiring, and I asked them, and I also asked my sir in Amor. They said, okay, go. If you don't enjoy, just come back. And then I literally went there. I went to Jade Blue, but I had a bad experience according to like the work they had and the responsibilities. It was not something which I really did. Also, there was no such coaching or teaching or nothing as such. It was the vibe and everything just didn't match with mine. So I just left that job in 1.5 months. I came back to Amor, of course. Again, Amor is like a family for me. So we were having a great time there. But again, that Kida came into my mind that what's this? I can't just teach my whole life. Yes, I was applying for jobs, and there were no such jobs for senior designer at that time, because I was like a senior since I was working since so many years. So then there was this opening at Rajka, which was a couture house. I joined there as a head designer, women's wear, and no doubt 4 months I enjoyed. The last month was really weird for me. There were a lot of reasons I don't want to say on camera, but it was not the best place for a person to work in terms of an employee point of view. Quite a few reasons I left that job. Now, why was I not doing that was that during COVID, my husband had kept a file for, we were planning to move outside India, and we had this thing that we had a good opportunity outside India for my husband is what I mean. So I was like, okay, wherever you want to go, I'll come with you. Starting my own brand didn't make sense for me. If I'm any which ways moving outside, it doesn't make sense if I have a brand over here and I'm just going out and then I'm managing the team here. It didn't make sense. It was too much of hassle if I planned that. So I was not able to open my own brand. Fortunately, there was this company which reached out to me on LinkedIn, which was Seema M. It's a designer studio in UK, but their production happens in the town which I lived, which is Ahmedabad. So they hired me as a freelancer. I used to handle new collection. So what I did there was that I used to hire people for them, junior designers and everything, because I had a lot of contacts. I was training them in the whole production process. I was creating SOPs for them. I did a lot of sampling for the new collection. Production process, I used to take care of social media and a few brand strategies, which was necessary at that time. So I worked with Seema ma'am for quite like 1.5 to 2 years as a freelancer and as a brand strategist and a fashion designer. And during that, I used to have conversations with her, and then during that I felt that it's necessary to do something which is more educative, and that's where I spoke to some of my ex-students. They told me that you're actually good with fashion marketing. People know how to create clothes in terms of designers. Designers know how to create clothes, but designers do not know how to sell clothes. They are just lacking in the sales bit, and that's why a lot of designers are not creating, are not generating profit. And I started creating these videos on Instagram, and I had my website and everything. So I was just trying to make a difference in this whole world. I started one-on-one calls as well. So I was catering to students and not brands. But eventually brands started reaching out to me. I had to take a long break because my facial structure and everything really changed during pregnancy. I was very underconfident. I really had to stop what I was doing post my 6th month of pregnancy, and I restarted mentoring By Aneri when I was 10 months postpartum. And that too because of some friends. They told me that really, like, you should really start this again. And I don't know, that was magic. And that's where I started getting work from brands. And I'm not kidding, that changed my life because students ko cater karke, I definitely am creating a difference, you know. But what next? When I started working with brands, I came to know what their problems are, what they are facing, what actually is the industry like, and why are they wanting to work with me, all of that. And since then, I'm doing that only. I'm so happy that I shared this with you. I have spoken about quite a few personal notes here, but right now I'm at the stage where I feel so good whenever I go to sleep. I feel I'm doing something good. I'm trying to help out people with my journey, with my NIFT degree, so to say, with my experience in how the industry works. It's excellent to just share your story and make you understand how everything went for me. I started working with quite a few brands post that. So, if you want to be a part of whatever I tell you or whatever I am talking about, I would say please subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, click on like, and also if you can leave a comment, that would be great. If you feel that you want to share with someone, please share the video, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Thank you.